Islam provides a comprehensive moral and legal framework that clearly prohibits all the habits you mentioned, pornography, drugs, and gambling, considering them major sins, kaba'ir, that are harmful to the individual, the family, and society at large. The ruling for each of these is haram, meaning absolutely forbidden. Here is a detailed breakdown of the Islamic perspective on each. 1. Pornography. Pornography is considered a severe sin in Islam because it violates core Islamic principles of modesty, purity, and the sanctity of marital relations. Reasons for its prohibition: violation of modesty, haya. Islam highly emphasizes haya, modesty, shyness, and a sense of privacy, as a central part of faith. Pornography strips away this modesty and promotes public nudity and lewdness. Adultery of the eyes, zina al-ayn. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "The eyes commit zina, adultery, fornication, and their zina is the lustful look." Sahih al-Bukhari. Consuming pornography is considered a form of this zina of the eyes, corruption of the heart and soul. It objectifies human beings, fuels illicit sexual desires, and can lead to a distorted view of sexuality, which is meant to be a sacred bond within marriage. Destruction of the family unit. It can lead to marital dissatisfaction, unrealistic expectations, and infidelity, thereby breaking down the family structure, which is the bedrock of Islamic society. Wasting time and energy. It is a distraction from the remembrance of Allah and productive activities. Islamic evidence. Tell the believing men to reduce some of their vision and guard their private parts. That is purer for them. Indeed, Allah is acquainted with what they do. And tell the believing women to reduce some of their vision and guard their private parts. Quran 24:30-31. This command to lower the gaze is a direct injunction to avoid looking at what is forbidden, which includes pornography. 2. Drugs and intoxicants. The general Islamic term for intoxicants is khamr. While traditionally referring to wine, the ruling extends to any substance that intoxicates the mind, clouds judgment, or causes significant harm. This includes all recreational drugs like marijuana, cocaine, heroin, etc., as well as the non-medical abuse of prescription medications. Reasons for its prohibition: clouding the mind. The primary purpose of the prohibition is to protect the human intellect, aqal. The mind is a trust from Allah, necessary for making sound judgments, performing worship, like prayer, and understanding faith. Intoxicants destroy this faculty. Severe harm to health and wealth. Drugs cause devastating physical and mental health problems, financial ruin, and poverty. Source of social evils. They lead to violence, crime, family breakdown, neglect of responsibilities, and the loss of dignity. Divine curse. The Prophet, PBUH, cursed not only the one who consumes intoxicants, but also the one who produces, sells, serves, or transports them, indicating the gravity of the sin. Islamic evidence. O you who have believed, indeed, intoxicants, gambling, sacrificing on stone altars to other than Allah, and divining arrows are but defilement from the work of Satan, so avoid it that you may be successful. Satan only wants to cause between you animosity and hatred through intoxicants and gambling, and to avert you from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. So will you not desist? Quran 5:90 and 91. This is one of the clearest and strongest verses in the Quran, grouping intoxicants with gambling as defilement from the work of Satan. 3. Gambling, maisir, qimar. Gambling is explicitly and unequivocally forbidden in Islam. Reasons for its prohibition: unjust enrichment, riba. Islam emphasizes that wealth must be earned through legitimate, productive work and trade. Gambling is acquiring wealth by chance, or luck, rather than effort, which is considered a form of exploitation and unjust gain, similar to usury, riba. Enmity and hatred. As mentioned in the verse above, 5-91, gambling creates animosity and hatred between people. The loser resents the winner, leading to social strife. Addiction and financial ruin. It is highly addictive and leads individuals and families into poverty and debt. Reliance on chance instead of Allah. A Muslim is taught to rely on Allah after taking lawful means. Gambling fosters a mindset of relying on luck and chance, which is antithetical to Islamic teachings. Islamic evidence. The same verses that prohibit intoxicants, Quran 5:90-91, explicitly prohibit gambling, labeling it as defilement from the work of Satan. The overarching wisdom and common thread. All these prohibitions share a common underlying wisdom, which is the core objective of Islamic law, Maqasid al-Sharia, the preservation of religion, life, lineage, intellect, and wealth. Preservation of religion, deen. These habits distance the person from Allah, make prayer and worship difficult or meaningless, and destroy spiritual consciousness, taqwa. Preservation of life, nafs. Drugs, in particular, destroy physical and mental health, leading to death. Preservation of lineage, nasal. Pornography and the social ills from drugs and gambling destroy family structures, lead to illegitimate children, and break down marital bonds. Preservation of intellect. Alcohol. Drugs directly destroy the mind, while gambling and pornography addiction impair sound judgment. Preservation of wealth. Mal. Gambling and drug addiction lead to the squandering of wealth on unlawful things. What should a Muslim do? Recognize the sin. The first step is to acknowledge that these actions are major sins and a source of divine displeasure. Sincere repentance. Tawbah. A Muslim must immediately turn to Allah in sincere repentance, which involves stopping the habit immediately, feeling genuine remorse and regret, making a firm resolve never to return to it. If the sin involved wronging others, example, stealing for gambling, restitution must be made. Seek help. Overcoming addiction is difficult. One should seek help through prayer and dua, supplication, constantly asking Allah for strength and purification. Community support, involving family, friends, or imams for accountability. Professional help. Seeking therapy, counseling, or joining support groups is highly encouraged in Islam, as it is a form of taking the necessary means to heal. Replace with good. Fill the time and void left by these habits with positive actions, prayer, reading Quran, sports, hobbies, spending quality time with family, and seeking beneficial knowledge. In summary, Islam takes a firm and uncompromising stance against these destructive habits, not to restrict human freedom, but to protect it and ensure the well-being and purity of the individual and the community.